तो आज हम पढ़ेंगे टॉपिक ऑफ प्रियम्बल, इसके एमसीक्यू सॉल्व करने वाले हैं हम। पहला क्वेश्चन है, द बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया इज कंटेन्ड इन वेयर प्रियम्बल. We all know this. Legal sovereignty in India resides in the constitution itself and not in with the people of India. This ideology was expressed in, ये केशवानंद भारती का केस है जिसमें कि डिस्कस किया गया था कि जो लीगल सॉवरेनिटी है इंडिया में वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में रिसाइड कर रहा है, लोगों में नहीं. ठीक है. सो दिस इज केशवानंद भारती's case. Consider the following objectives stated in the preamble of the constitution: equality of status and of opportunity, fraternity assuring the dignity of the individual, justice social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression and belief. तो करेक्ट ऑर्डर क्या होगा? जस्टिस, सोशल, इकोनॉमिक एंड पॉलिटिकल, and then we have liberty of thought, expression and belief. Then we'll have equality of status and opportunity, and lastly fraternity assuring the dignity of the individual. Okay, so this is the right order. सबसे पहले जस्टिस आएगा, उसके बाद लिबर्टी होगा, फिर इक्वालिटी होगा, फिर फ्रेटर्निटी होगा. JLEF, ये याद रखना. Preamble was amended by which amendment? 42nd amendment. ये हमें पता है. 42nd amendment को हम मिनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन भी बोलते हैं. Preamble is part of basic structure in which case it was held. Keswanand Bharti's case, we all know. Preamble is part of constitution. Yes, the preamble of our constitution proclaims ourselves as a sovereign republic in whom does the sovereignty vest. तो किसमें वेस्ट करता है? पीपल ऑफ इंडिया. Okay. Preamble of the constitution declares India as a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. तो sovereign भी है, socialist भी है, secular भी है, democratic भी है और republic भी है. तो प्लीज एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से कुछ और नहीं मार्क करना है. दैट वी हैव टू रिमेम्बर. By which amendment the words secular and socialist were included in the preamble? 42nd. Preamble is the part of constitution. This observation of the Supreme Court, Keswanand Bharti's case. Then we have in the Keswanand Bharti's case, it was said that it is a part of constitution. In Indri Berubari case, it was said that it is not a part of constitution. Okay. Preamble of the constitution was amended and words sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic were substituted for sovereign, democratic, republic by 42nd amendment with effect from 3/1/1977. So this date we have to remember as well. In 1977, 42nd amendment. Preamble of the Constitution of India, the word socialist was incorporated in the preamble by the 42nd amendment with effect from 3rd January 1977. So this is what we read just above. Then we have the words socialist and secular were added to the preamble. Same thing. The text of preamble of the Constitution of India aims to secure dignity of the individual and unity and integrity of the nation. Dignity of the individual and unity and integrity of the nation is given under preamble. Preamble does not talk about fundamental rights to all citizens. Preamble does not talk about fundamental duties, does not talk about security of service to the government servant, but it does talk about dignity, unity and integrity. I mean, it intends to secure these of the following. Then state which of the following statements is correct. Preamble is part of the constitution and relates to its basic structure. This is right. The words socialist and secular were inserted. We already know. 42nd amendment. The Indian constitution is dedicated to the people of India. The word secular used in preamble of the Constitution of India means the state has no religion of its own and all religions are treated equally. The state has no common religion. So both A and B are right. Okay? That state will not have any religion and all religions are to be treated equally. In Inter-Perubari and exchange of enclaves, the Supreme Court held that preamble is not a part of constitution. As we discussed earlier, in Inter-Perubari and exchange of enclaves, the Supreme Court held the same. The words socialist and secular were inserted in the preamble by amendment of the Constitution 42nd. The Indian Constitution has borrowed the idea of preamble from the Constitution of USA. Okay, preamble has been borrowed from the Constitution of USA. The words socialist, secular, and unity and integrity of the nation were made to our Constitution by 42nd Amendment of the Constitution. The solemn resolution of the preamble of the Constitution is made in the name of people of India. We all know this. Why 42nd? Again, the same question that socialist, secular, and integrity word were added by the 42nd Amendment 1976. In the case there is a conflict between preamble and other provision of the Constitution, which will prevail over the other. So we all know that other provisions are going to prevail. But as of now, as we know that the basic structure is given under the preamble only, because there are cases where it was said that basic structure is nothing but what the preamble talks about. So we'll see. The answer here is other provision will prevail, and I'll check this one and then comment. Okay. The term economic justice in India in the preamble to the Constitution of India is a resolution for equal distribution of wealth. Okay. Which of the following is correct about the preamble to the Constitution of India? It was adopted after the adoption of operative articles of the Constitution. We all know it. The preamble was adopted later. In preamble of Constitution, word socialist was added by. We have to remember this also, that socialist was added by section 2 of 42nd Amendment Act. See, all this while we were reading that socialist was added by 42nd Amendment Act, but now very specifically it has been asked that by which section does this particular word was added in the preamble. So we have to understand section 2 is also very important to remember. In the case of Golaknath versus State of Punjab, it was remarked that preamble contains in a nutshell its ideals and inspirations. So this was observed by Justice Subba Rao. It was asked in Bihar Judicial Service 2013 that in the case of Golaknath versus State of Punjab, it was remarked that our preamble contains in a nutshell its ideal and inspiration. So this is important. In which of the following cases the Supreme Court held that preamble is not a part of the Constitution? It was a case of Berubari case, that preamble is not a part of the Constitution. Fine. In Indra Berubari case, it was told that it is not a part of the Constitution. However, we know that in Keshwanand Bharti, it was said that it is a part of the Constitution. Right? And this other case, so we had just discussed it above. Then we have in preamble of the Constitution, the people of India have resolved to constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Sovereignty under Constitution belongs to the people. We all know this. The preamble of Constitution of India includes all the following except adult franchisee. Of course, equality of status is included, fraternity is included, justice is included, but adult franchisee is not included. Which one of the following cases upheld secularism as the basic feature of the Indian Constitution even before the word secular was inserted in the preamble? preamble से कौन सा ऐसा केस था जब सेक्युलर एड भी नहीं हुआ था कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में, फिर भी उस पर्टिकुलर केस में सेक्युलरिज्म को एज ए बेसिक फीचर माना गया था? इट वाज द केस ऑफ केशवानंद भारती. From the constitution of which of the foreign country the idea of preamble was borrowed in Indian Constitution? So we read before that preamble was borrowed by the United States of American, Constitution of United States of America. Write the correct order of the words as used in the preamble of the Constitution: sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. How? Sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Okay, so we have to understand secular comes third. तीसरे नंबर पे आ रहा है. पहला है सोवरेन हमें पता है क्या होता है कि कोई भी हमें कंट्रोल नहीं करेगा, वो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है। फिर आता है सोशलिस्ट, हमारा जो कंट्री है वो सोशलिज्म की तरफ थोड़ा इंक्लाइंड है, दैट इज वाई इट्स अ वेलफेयर स्टेट, है ना। तो वो चीज, फिर आती है सेक्युलरिज्म, फिर आती है डेमोक्रेसी, एंड लास्ट में आता है रिपब्लिक। How many times has the preamble of the Constitution of India has been amended so far? It has been amended once. Which of the following liberties the preamble of the Constitution does not guarantee? The liberty of practice of religion. Thought, belief, play, worship. It has been guaranteed by the Constitution, but practice of religion is not guaranteed by the Constitution, as in by the preamble of the Constitution. Interpretive value of preamble was discussed in the Indre-Berubari Union. We all know this. This is important. The three types of justice referred to in the preamble are economic, political, and social. We all know this because it won't be religious justice. It won't be all of the other three has religious as an aspect, but we are concerned with economic, political, and social. Which one of the following statement is correct? Preamble is a part of the Constitution and can be amendment only if no change in the basic structure is made. This is right. Okay. The preamble of the Indian Constitution aims at securing dignity of individual and unity and integrity of the nation. We know this. This is right. Fundamental rights or to individuals or citizens, these are not covered by the preamble. Which one of the following expression mentioned in the preamble to the Indian Constitution is correct? Liberty of thought, expression, belief, and worship. Liberty of thought, expression, faith, and worship. Liberty of thought, expression, faith, belief, and worship. Liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. So this one is right. Okay, thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Which one of the following expression mentioned in preamble to the Indian Constitution is correct? Fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual, assuring the dignity of the individual and unity of the nation, assuring the dignity of the individual and integrity of the nation, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. So this one is the right answer. Dignity of the individual as well as unity and integrity of the nation. In which of the following cases did the Supreme Court hold that the preamble to the Constitution is a part of its basic structure? It was held in S.R. Bommai versus Union of India. Okay, preamble to the Constitution is part of its basic structure was held in S.R. Bommai versus Union of India. Which among the following words appear first in the preamble to the Constitution of India? Justice. In liberty appears first in the preamble. So, firstly, justice. First word to appear is justice. Then we have in which case the Supreme Court gave a ruling that the preamble was a part of the Constitution. We know the Keshwanand Bharti case. And then we had already discussed how in S.R. Bommai versus Union of India, it was also discussed that it is a part of the basic structure. The preamble to the Constitution of India was first amended by so we know that by the 42nd Amendment Act 1976, preamble of the Constitution was amended. The words secular and socialist were added to the Indian Constitution in 1975 by amending the preamble. Socialist and secular. Legal sovereignty in India resides in the Constitution itself and not in we the people. It was discussed in which case? It was discussed in Keshwanand Bharti's case that legal sovereignty resides in the Constitution itself and not in we the people. The storm resolution in the preamble of the Constitution is made in the name of people of India. In which of the following cases the Supreme Court has held that preamble is a part of the Constitution? Keshwanand Bharti's case. Consider the following objectives stated in the preamble of the Constitution: equality of status and of opportunity, fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual, justice. So we know that justice came first, and then we had liberty of thought expression, and then we had equality, and then lastly we had fraternity. Which one of the following statute statutes has no preamble. The Government of India Act 1935 has no preamble. Consider the following statements. The preamble of the Constitution of India can be amended by the Parliament up to any extent bearing the basic features. So this is correct, that it can be amended by the Parliament. Okay, basic structure cannot be amended. Which one of the following statement is correct? The preamble to the Indian Constitution declares the resolve of the people of India to secure to all its citizens liberty of belief, faith, and worship. This we have read, so this is right for the preamble. The following are enshrined in the preamble to the Constitution. Again, the same question that you can do. You can just have a look, and you know that it is asking about the sequence. So we know justice comes first, then we have liberty, then we have equality, then fraternity, and lastly unity. The preamble of the Constitution of India secures justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity to who? To all citizens. In Tinsukia Electricity Company versus State of Assam, the Supreme Court pointed out that the term socialist used in the preamble to the Constitution of India means a state whose basic policy is to prohibit concentration of wealth and uplift the living standards of people. Preamble to the Constitution of India indicates the source from which the Constitution derives its authority. The preamble to the Indian Constitution is a part of the Constitution and can be used in interpreting other provision of the Constitution in case of ambiguity. So it is a part of the Constitution, and it can be used to interpret other provision of the Constitution. A part of the preamble of the Constitution reads as under: we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Certain words in the above part were inserted by. Again, we have to see 42nd Amendment. So this is what is right. So many times this question is asked. Preamble of our Constitution is of extreme importance, and the Constitution should be read and interpreted in the light of the grand noble vision expressed in the preamble. Justice Sikri expressed in the above opinion in the case of Keshwanand Bharti that it is very important. Is of extreme importance. So this was discussed in the case of Keshwanand Bharti versus State of Kerala. So this video ends here, and next we'll start with the next one, the next part, which is union of from question number 86. So union and its territory, article 1 to 4, we'll discuss in the next video. And please do revise, listen to this video once or twice, and you'll be done. Hopefully I'll upload all 2000 MCQs that I'm doing from the book. All the best.